Happy Saturday, I'm iidentifyascute. This is FTM Transformers, and today's topic is depression. So depression sucks. It is terrible, and I've had plenty of experience with it because I started to get depressed when I was 12. Probably because of that whole puberty thing. Didn't really work out that well for me the first time. Anyway, since I am now 21, I have had a lot of experience with it, and here are a few ways that I help myself when I am depressed. Probably the first thing and the biggest thing is to remind myself of the people I like. Whether that's by being around them, or by calling them, by Skyping with them, or even just thinking about them and reminding myself that there are plenty of people who make life very worthwhile. And I enjoy their company immensely, and even when they're not around, I can still think about the good times that I've had with them. And the second thing I do is do something outside. Like going for a walk can do wonders sometimes. That sucks when you live in New England and it's all wintry and everything and it's cold out, but going for a walk when it's nice and sunny, even if it's cold out, if you're well dressed, going for walks is great. Walking in the woods is extra great. Walking around somewhere pretty. Even going for a walk in a mall if you're not around somewhere pretty. Just anywhere where you can go for a nice long walk. Exercise is good. Another thing that's good is rest, but the right kind of rest. Not just the lying in your bed for hours rest, but doing restful things like instead of trying to study your textbooks because you have a paper to write or you need to study, take out a coloring book. Read a novel. Do something that's restful but quiet. Another thing I like to do is if I'm really in trouble, I like to build a blanket fort and hide there until everything seems a little bit better. The world looks pretty great from under here. Seriously, this is one of the best solutions I have for depression. Is just hiding until things look and feel better. Because, I mean, from under here, like, what harm could come to me when I can hide under a TARDIS blanket? I mean, this isn't just your typical pillow fort. This is an interdimensional pillow fort because it's with a TARDIS blanket. So, that is the best. Another way I make myself feel better when I'm depressed is through creative ventures. Even really stupid things, like I can't draw, but I can totally play with Play-Doh. Play-Doh is one of my favorite things ever. And it may seem incredibly stupid, maybe even a little bit asinine, but I don't care. It makes me happy. Find whatever makes you happy and do that thing. Or even just find whatever makes you feel not bad. If you're depressed, it can be anything as long as you're not hurting anyone else. My best advice for when you're depressed, including about trans things, but about anything, is just find a way to really shake things up. Don't just keep doing what you're doing every single day. Don't fall into a rut or a routine too much. Shake things up, even if it's something like building a pillow fort, which may sound strange to some people, but I really like it. Maybe because I'm a slightly immature college student, whatever. Anyway, find whatever makes you feel less bad. Find whatever makes you feel okay. And it's okay if you need to just hide out for a little while, whether that means hiding in your bed or under a pillow fort or in your friend's room, as long as they're okay with that. Just go to wherever you can sort of ride it out. Don't feel like you have to figure everything about depression out right at the moment that it's happening, because sometimes when your brain is just doing that thing to you where it's just telling you that things are not going to be okay and that everything is wrong, that's not the time to try to sort everything out. It's good to wait until after that part is over before you sort things out. But anyway, I am not medical advice. I am just a human being. But if you're watching this video because you're depressed, I really hope you feel better. And just know that it's a good thing to wait it out, because Life has wonderful things in it, like trees and chocolate and international adventures and mustaches. So stick around, because things are not everything is terrible in the world. It may seem like everything in the world is terrible all the time, but on occasion there are some really excellent things. Like, I don't know, going to a really nice theater production, or seeing a really epic movie, or reading a book. Oh my god, reading a book is such a good way to deal with depression. Because, for one thing, it's almost like having a conversation with someone when you read a really good book, and yet you don't have to socially interact, and the book can't judge you. So, some really good books I've read lately are Parrotfish and Perks of Being a Wallflower. I highly recommend them. And I'm also still reading IQ 84 by Haruki Murakami, who's also one of my favorite authors. So, go read a book. Books are great. Happy Saturday, and I hope that you are not depressed and are out there and enjoying life. And if you are depressed, just hang on, wait it out, and then go out there and enjoy life and be happy.